Okay, so I want to just talk very quickly, very briefly about this idea of passing and failing at things. We get really fixated on this idea of failure, and it's really promoted heavily throughout all kinds of our culture. Everything from print to mass media, it's out there. This idea that you either go big or go home because you have failed somehow. And I want to suggest that that's just not true. It's just absolutely not true. There isn't a pass fail option in life unless you're 6 feet under, and I mean no disrespect, but like there's always an option to do something different or to reinvent who you are or to try something different. So rather than getting so hung up on and down on ourselves, because what happens when we think, oh, I'm such a failure, I really screwed that up, is that it takes us right back down that ladder of consciousness that we've talked about before. It takes us right back down emotionally, and then we become immobile. We become kind of, I don't know, we're not doing anything then. And I would say, well, yeah, that would be the problem, is that we don't behave in a way, we're not in action. So what if we just completely get rid of that notion altogether and say, okay, there's not really a fail option. There's not a fail button here. It's just simply all an experiment. Because everything is an experiment, you can't actually mess up an experiment. An experiment is just by its own virtue an opportunity to test different things, to gather information, to collect data. That's all that an experiment is. So if we approach our lives in that mindset, everything is fun. It's just exciting. What data am I going to collect today? What information am I going to be gathering? And how will I use that to be a better version of myself tomorrow? That's all that we need to be focused on. It's not about failing something as if it's so conclusive that way. It's not. It's like life is so wide open. It's open-ended. This is an open-ended opportunity. It's cumulative. So we're taking all of this information, all of this data, and we're building on everything that we had up until yesterday. Now today I'm just adding more data to that. So how can I be empowered by that? How can I be improved by that? How can I be better because of the data that I collected through today's experiment? So let me know what you think about that, because that's really what it's about. If we can just get rid of, I'm not a failure at anything. That would be silly. Like that, why would I want to do that to myself? Get back up that ladder and keep in action, keep experimenting. So that didn't get the outcome that you thought you might want or thought you would get. Great. Write a new hypothesis and get back in it. Gather some more data. Go test something else and see what outcome you can create from testing a different something. Lots of solutions. I've always told my dad there are 43 solutions to every problem. We usually stop at the first 3 and think that we've uncovered and unturned every rock. Now that's usually actually not true. That's when you're quitting. See, that's failure, is when you just stop. That's when you take yourself out of the game. Don't take yourself out of the game. Keep playing, keep experimenting, keep testing, and come up with all those 43 solutions and more. Okay, let me know what other questions you have for Ask Arminda. Coach@armindalindsay.com.